A very good morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. I'm Priyanka Das and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the world. Starting today, the BJP is all set to hold a 7-day Dharna to protest over the Arjikar rape and murder case. Meanwhile, former Jharkhand Chief Minister Soren is all set to jump ships. But that's not all. We'll also be tracking the biggest global headlines and bringing you the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart today's Mega News Day here in Republic, as always, with Nation First, this quick morning. The BJP's West Bengal President Sukanta Majumdar has announced a 7-day Dharna in Kolkata starting today. This follows the Calcutta High Court allowing their protest over police handling of the rape and murder case involving the trainee doctor at the Arjikar hospital. Majumdar has criticized the police for allegedly suppressing the BJP protest while not acting against the accused. Meanwhile, other party leaders continue their call for the Chief Minister to step down.
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का कौन कानून करेगा, स्टेट क्या करेगा, पूरा डिटेल्स है. वो बीएनएस का करेक्शन कर नहीं सकते. ये आरजीकर मुद्दा और पूरा प्रदेश में जिस तरीके से स्टेप डाउन सीएम ये नारा बुलंद हुआ ना, जिस तरीके से कल अपॉलिटिकल नवान्न मार्च और आज बीजेपी का बंद का असर देखने मिला, उसका बाद ये मुद्दा को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए कोशिश है.
Former Jharkhand Chief Minister Champai Soren has announced that he will join the BJP and resign from Jharkhand Mukti Morcha and his ministerial position. Soren met with Home Minister Amit Shah before making the move, citing it as being in the best interest of Jharkhand. This comes amid a sensational claim where Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said that his former Jharkhand counterpart was being stalked by 2 police officers deputed by the state special branch. Accusing the Hemant Soren government of putting 2 police personnel on Champai's tail, Sarma claimed that they followed him to Delhi's Taj Hotel, where he was being put up during a recent personal visit to the national capital. Soren declared that he will join hands with the BJP tomorrow.
इस तारीख को हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शामिल होंगे, सदस्य लेंगे. उसका बाद सबसे बड़ा पार्टी है देश में. आने वाला इस झारखंड क्षेत्र में जो विकास के साथ साथ यहाँ का आदिवासी का जो अस्तित्व का बात है, जो बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठ के चलते जो आदिवासी का अस्तित्व जो खतरा में है, उसको बचाने के लिए हम कदम उठाएं.
The BJP will hold key meetings to finalize the candidates for Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. A core committee meeting at JP Nadda's residence will focus on Haryana candidates and Prime Minister Modi's 100-day roadmap. The Central Election Committee will also meet to finalize the candidate list for both the states. The Karnataka High Court will resume hearing Chief Minister Siddaramaya's petition challenging the governor's order allowing his prosecution in the Mysuru Urban Development Authority case. The Siddaramaya has argued that the sanction was improperly granted. The Congress in supporting him, with party leaders discussing the situation and potential legal strategies. Home Minister G. Parameshwara hopes the court will side with Siddaramaya. Pooja Khedkar, the former IAS trainee officer recently disqualified for alleged misuse of power, has challenged her disqualification. Khedkar argues that the Union Public Service Commission or the UPSC does not have the authority to act against her once she's appointed as a probationer. She claims that only the Department of Personnel and Training can take such actions under the All India Services Act of 1954. Heavy rains in Gujarat have caused severe flooding, killing 15 people and forcing over 23,000 to evacuate. More than 300 people have been rescued. The Indian Meteorological Department says the deep depression causing the rain is expected to move out soon. Meanwhile, the state government has requested military assistance and deployed rescue teams. Chief Minister Bhupinder Patel is overseeing the relief efforts.
लोगों को रेस्क्यू भी हमने आज बहुत किया है। कुछ लोगों को कॉल आया, डिस्ट्रेस कॉल आया कि हमारे प्रॉब्लम है, तो हमारे एयरफोर्स से हमने 2 कल एयरलिफ्ट किए हैं 15 से 20 लोगों को। हमारी SDRF टीम ने भी 80 to 90% को बचाया है। बाकी के 20-25 लोगों को SDRF टीम ने भी ये हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने बचे। तो ये लोग, हमारी आर्मी भी काम कर रही है। तो पूरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में 3 कॉलम्स आर्मी की काम कर रही है, SDRF काम कर रही है और एयरफोर्स की सहायता से हम लोग अपना काम।
The Special Investigation Team has launched a comprehensive roadmap for investigating high-profile sexual abuse allegations within the Malayalam film industry. This investigation, which involves 17 cases and has led to the dissolution of the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, will use survivors' statements, text messages, emails, personal journals and social media evidence. The probe could implicate prominent film stars, producers, directors and a ruling front legislator. Recent complaints include actor Sonia Malhar's accusation of molestation in 2013 and Meenu Munir's reports of harassment and threats. The SIT is addressing these concerns and will soon record additional statements.
We have taken the statement of victims. The SIT team had taken the statements. Different incidents had happened at different police station jurisdictions. A detailed statement has been taken and it has been given to different police stations for taking necessary legal action. So the legal course will follow up. Once the FIRs are taken, the cases will be transferred to SIT and the SIT will be investigating the rest of the cases. Thank you.
2 individuals identified as Bharat alias Yakshit and Dinesh Kurtamagaru were arrested by the Mangaluru City Police for their involvement in pelting stones at the residence of Karnataka MLC Ivan D'Souza. The incident occurred on August 20th following remarks made by D'Souza regarding the prosecution of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The arrest came after an investigation linked the accused to the crime with their involvement confirmed through CCTV footage and mobile records. The motive behind the stone pelting was attributed to anger over D'Souza's statements concerning the governor's decision to prosecute Siddaramaiah in the alleged Mysuru Urban Development Authority land scam. A man in a civil hospital in Rajasthan attempted to rape a 8 to 10-year-old minor girl in the hospital's bathroom. After the girl screamed, the accused fled but was apprehended and beaten by the public before being handed over to the police. The police have filed a case of molestation against the accused.
बच्ची की शिकायत पे आज उसमें अपराध दर्ज किया गया है। अपराध दर्ज करने के साथ साथ ही जो आरोपी था, जो इस मामले में बच्ची के द्वारा बताया गया है, उसको गिरफ्तारी भी सुनिश्चित की गई है। उसको गिरफ्तार करके भी न्यायिक हिरासत में भेजने की कार्रवाई चल रही है। बच्ची का मेडिकल और अन्य जो लीगल फॉर्मेलिटीज़ होती है वो करवाने के साथ साथ बच्ची के मजिस्ट्रेट के सामने बयान होते हैं वो भी करवाए जा रहे हैं।
In Maharashtra's Palghar district, a tuition teacher was brutally attacked, stripped and paraded by parents and locals who accused him of misbehaving with minor students. The incident followed allegations made by a 13-year-old girl. The teacher has been handed over to the police, who are recording his statements and preparing to file an FIR.
आज सुबह में 8:30-9 बजे के दौरान उसने उसको छिड़काने किया, किस किया और वो ये बात जो है तो उसने अपने माता पिता को बताया। फिर माता पिता ने मोहल्ले में जो रहने वाले लोग हैं उनको बताया और फिर लोगों की भावना इस बारे में तीव्र हो गई थी। तो उसको अभी लाया है पुलिस स्टेशन में पब्लिक ने और जो कानूनन कार्रवाई है, लड़की की जो कंप्लेंट है वो ली जा रही है। उसके लिए हमने खास महिला अधिकारी को नियुक्त किया है। कंप्लेंट ले रहे हैं, उसके मुताबिक उसके ऊपर हम गुना दाखिल कर रहे हैं और आगे की कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
And now it's time for some stories from the world of business. The Competition Commission of India has given the green light to the $8.5 billion merger between Reliance Industries and Disney India's media assets. Once finalized, this merger will create India's largest entertainment company, poised to compete with giants like Sony, Zee Entertainment, Netflix and Amazon. We're now tracking the top business stories for the day and we bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. The Competition Commission of India has given the green light to the $8.5 billion merger between Reliance Industries and Disney India's media assets. This approval, announced on social media, comes with a condition of certain voluntary changes. The merger will see Reliance's Viacom 18 media operations combined with Disney Star India, creating a powerful joint venture valued over rupees 70,000 crore. However, the CCI had previously expressed concerns about the potential competition issues due to the merger's impact on cricket broadcast rights. In other news, the Prime Minister-led Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved the creation of 12 new industrial smart cities across India. The project, with an investment of rupees 28,602 crore, will spread across 10 states. These cities are expected to boost India's position in global manufacturing and provide ready-to-use land for investors. The new smart cities will be located in the states such as Uttarakhand, Punjab, Maharashtra, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan. Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikant Das announced efforts to make UPI and RuPay international players. Speaking at the Global FinTech Fest 2024, Das highlighted the RBI's focus on financial inclusion, digital infrastructure and global financial integration. He emphasized India's potential to become a global hub for digital innovation, leveraging its strong FinTech ecosystem and tech talent. A recent PwC India report forecast a massive increase in UPI transactions, expecting them to reach 439 billion by 2028-29. This represents a significant jump from about 131 billion last year. The report also predicts the digital payments market will more than triple in volume over the next 5 years, with UPI becoming a dominant force in retail payments. Procter & Gamble Hygiene and Healthcare Limited has reported a sharp decline in profit for the June quarter of 2024, down 46.4% to rupees 81.06 crore. Despite an increase in revenue to rupees 931.75 crore, higher spending on demand generation for healthcare and feminine care products contributed to the profit drop. The company's full-year profit remains stable compared to last year. Indian startups have attracted $6.3 billion in funding from January to July 2024, marking a 43% increase from last year. This rise comes amidst a cautious global investment climate. Major deals included the $665 million for Zepto, $300 million for Meesho, and $216 million for PharmEasy, showing strong investor confidence in India's market potential. From Trump's running mate Vance's attack on Kamala Harris to UN's call for peace resolution amidst the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, we have all that's making headlines globally in our international segment this morning. Stay tuned. Republican VP nominee J.D. Vance defended the Trump campaign after an altercation at Arlington National Cemetery. Speaking in Pennsylvania, Vance downplayed the incident, suggesting it was exaggerated by the media. He redirected attention to criticisms of Minnesota Governor Walz and the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, which has led to 13 service member deaths. Vance condemned Vice President Kamala Harris for not taking action on the Afghanistan deaths and accused her of neglecting an investigation while criticizing Trump for his visit.
And the other thing that our veterans care a lot more about is that 3 years ago, 13 brave, innocent Americans died, and they died because Kamala Harris refused to do her job, and there hasn't been a single investigation or a single firing. I don't, look, sometimes mistakes happen. That's just the nature of government, the nature of military service. But to have those 13 Americans lose their lives and not fire a single person is disgraceful. Kamala Harris is disgraceful. We're going to talk about a story out of those 13 brave, innocent Americans who lost their lives. It's that Kamala Harris is so asleep at the wheel that she won't even do an investigation into what happened. And she wants to yell at Donald Trump because he showed up. She can she can go to hell.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited the troops along the Israeli-Lebanese border amid heightened tensions. The visit followed a recent flare-up between Israel and Hezbollah, which saw heavy exchanges of fire. Israel launched airstrikes on southern Lebanon, targeting rocket launchers in response to Hezbollah's rocket and drone attacks on northern Israel and the Golan Heights. The conflict, intensified by Hezbollah's support of Hamas in Gaza, has resulted in over 500 deaths in Lebanon, including civilians, and 49 fatalities in northern Israel. Both sides have seen significant displacement of residents. Israel seeks a diplomatic resolution but is prepared to use force if needed, while Hezbollah, backed by Iran, indicates readiness for a broader conflict if necessary. United Nations Assistant Secretary General addressed the Security Council, condemning the ongoing devastation of the Russia-Ukraine war and calling for peace. He highlighted the dire situation as Ukraine recently marked its 33rd Independence Day amidst relentless conflict. Gensa reported a missile strike on a hotel in Russia, which killed a journalist and injured 4 others, along with continued attacks on civilian areas. With 56% of 15 million Ukrainians in need of aid being women, Gensa signaled the urgent need for international cooperation and humanitarian support, emphasizing the importance of a just resolution to the crisis.
President, we cannot allow the horrific devastation of this war to become normalized. Now, more than ever, it is critical for us to speak with one voice to ensure protection of civilians and to step up our urgent efforts towards peace. Next month, the world leaders will gather for the Summit of the Future to forge new international consensus on how we deliver a better present and safeguard the future. We hope that this summit will help enhance global collaboration at a time when it is most urgently needed.
Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez announced a forthcoming strategy to enhance Spain's relations with Africa, focusing on West Africa and the Sahel. During his first visit to Gambia and ongoing tour of Senegal, Sanchez has emphasized tackling irregular migration as a priority. The tour, which began in Mauritania, includes plans to expand Spain's circular migration program and renew security cooperation to combat smuggling and trafficking. Sanchez highlighted the rise in irregular migration to the Canary Islands with over 22,000 arrivals this year, doubling from the previous year. He stressed the importance of balancing migration with security and maintaining strong bilateral relations. The Canary Islands have been increasing numbers of refugees and unaccompanied minors from Mali, Senegal, and other West African countries, straining local resources. Haitian forces alongside Kenyan police have initiated a joint operation to drive out criminal gangs from Bel Air, a notorious neighborhood in Port-au-Prince, Prime Minister Gary Conille announced on Wednesday. Conille, speaking from a hospital where injured Haitian policemen are recovering, expressed frustration over the ongoing violence and called for public cooperation to enhance security. He did not provide specific details about the operation, though. With over 3,200 reported killings from January to May and gangs controlling 80% of Port-au-Prince, the operation aims to address the severe insecurity and displacement affecting over 500,000 residents. Nigeria has received 10,000 doses of the Mpox vaccine from the United States to combat an outbreak deemed a global health emergency by the World Health Organization. The outbreak's epicenter has been in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but cases have spread to over 10 Nigerian states. Abuja health officials plan to focus on the 5 states with the highest disease burden. The Jynneos vaccine requires 2 doses for those unvaccinated against smallpox and a single booster for those who are. Meanwhile, the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Miles, praised the health partnership between the two nations and expressed continued support in fighting Mpox. On the other hand, Mpox is transmitted through close contact and can cause severe blisters on various body parts.
Nigeria has been such a good partner in the health field. And as I mentioned, Nigeria government has put together a vaccination plan. So there's a plan how to use these vaccines effectively, how to make sure we get the most effect out of this 10,000 vaccine donation. So that's very much why Nigeria was chosen to receive this first batch. We will continue to work with Nigeria on efforts to stop the spread of the monkeypox illness, and we will continue to look at how we can help Nigeria.
Heavy flooding in northern Nigeria on Monday has claimed at least 6 lives and displaced 10,000 people across 11 communities. The downpours which struck Adamawa state before the peak of the rainy season have caused rivers like the Benue to overflow, inundating communities, farmlands and infrastructure. The Adamawa Deputy Governor Kalata Faruta expressed concern over the early arrival of the floods, which usually occur later in the season. The state government has set up 8 internal displacement camps for those affected and is working with the National Emergency Management Agency to provide relief. Last year, Nigeria faced its worst flooding in over a decade, resulting in over 600 deaths and extensive damage.
Climate change and a lot of other factors, the floods have come earlier than we expected, and it caught a lot of our people unawares. And we have seen that there is a colossal destruction of their houses. It means they are exposed to the cold, to the sun and everyone.
Coming up next, we have stories from the action-packed world of sports and entertainment. So sit back and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back, viewers. It's time to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the action-packed highlights and exciting matchups. Be it the Paralympics, football, badminton or golf, we have all that interests you. So keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. Dozens gathered early at the Place de la Concorde in Paris for the Paralympic Games opening ceremony, with organizers promise will be spectacular. The event will showcase 4,000 athletes with disabilities competing in 22 sports for 549 medals over 11 days. Candice Muff, who came to support her daughter in sitting volleyball, praised the celebration of the athletes' abilities on a global stage. Paris, fresh from hosting the Olympics, will feature many of the same venues for the Paralympic events. Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 999th career goal with an impressive free kick in Al Nassr's 4-1 win over Al Fahia. This goal marked his 64th form of free kick, bringing him within one of Lionel Messi's record of 65. Known for his powerful strikes, Ronaldo opted for his precision this time, showcasing his evolving technique. The goal also highlighted this remarkable achievement of scoring from a free kick in 23 consecutive seasons. Ronaldo, who has netted 4 goals in 4 matches this season, is closing in on the milestone of 900 career goals and remains optimistic about his future with Al Nassr. He is also being set up to be honored by the UEFA as the all-time leading scorer in Champions League. Sri Lanka cricket captain Dhananjay De Silva stressed the importance of a strong first innings ahead of the second test against England at Lord's. Despite a challenging performance at the Old Trafford, where Sri Lanka struggled early in both innings and lost by 5 wickets, De Silva is hopeful for a significant improvement. Speaking at a media interaction, he acknowledged the team's historical difficulty at Lord's, where they had never won a test match, and emphasized the need for a solid start to turn their fortunes around. Second seed Arina Sabalenka and 4th seed Alexander Zverev both advanced to the third round at the US Open on Wednesday. Sabalenka defeated her Italian opponent while Zverev won against the French player Alexandre Muller, delivering a powerful performance with 43 winners and 15 aces. Zverev, aiming for his first Grand Slam title, will next face Argentina's Thomas Martin Echeverry. Match points to secure the win will face Netherlands' Talon Greus Cooper in the third round. Meanwhile, 32nd seed Jiri Lehecka overcame American Mitchell Kruger in a grueling 5-set match that lasted 4 hours, advancing to the next round. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, alongside EVP Tyler Dennis, held his annual State of the Tour press conference on Wednesday at East Lake in Atlanta ahead of the Tour Championship. Monahan confirmed that negotiations with Public Investment Fund are ongoing, but stressed there is no rush for a final agreement. While details remain sparse, he highlighted the PGA Tour's strengths and reassured that with strong backing from players, fans and sponsors, the tour is progressing positively. Welcome to our latest update from the buzzing world of entertainment. We have delightful mix of stories for you today. So stay tuned as we unravel all of these stories and more from the entertainment world this morning. Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, alongside director Tim Burton, kicked off the Venice Film Festival with the premiere of Beetlejuice. The red carpet event featured co-stars Catherine O'Hara, Justin Theroux, Monica Bellucci, Jenna Ortega and William Dafoe. Keaton reprises his role as Beetlejuice, with Ryder returning as Lydia Deetz, now a ghost hunting show host. The festival runs through September 7th and includes other high-profile films like Todd Phillips' Joker, Folie à Deux, and Pedro Almodovar's The Room Next Door. The event promises 10 days of major premieres and star-studded appearances. Nearly a decade after his last album, Grammy-winning producer and DJ Zedd returns with his third full-length release, Telos. Moving beyond his EDM roots, Zedd sought to create a timeless and cohesive record. The album features collaborations with artists like Muse and John Mayer and is inspired by Jeff Buckley. Zedd describes Telos as a deeply personal project aiming to reflect his genuine musical evolution. Out on August 30th, Telos promises to showcase a more nuanced and detailed approach to his music. And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, viewers, as we'll be right back tracking the top headlines and biggest stories from across the globe, only on Republic TV.